All right, it's Dave O'Neill on the debrief. Welcome. And I'm sitting in a car in Mount Eliza with the great Brendhan Lovegrove. Normally I talk to people before we go on, but we've been on, Brendan. So just say hello, Brendhan.
Hi, and thank you for having me in your car.
And we'll play the song. You've got a theme song, Brendhan. Anyway, we're back, and we've just done a great gig in Mount Eliza.
You fucking nailed it, man.
Oh, you nailed it. Come on.
I was good.
You were good.
But
Unbelievably good.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So good that I'm standing there going, oh, God, I've got to follow this guy.
What would you prefer?
No, you want someone who's good, I reckon, don't you reckon?
Well, I think, but you're like, I've given you twice now. At clubs.
No, three times. Three
times.
This is the third time.
Yes. But you were supersonic the first time, so you're in a great room. By
the
should
basement
be going well.
comedy club.
Yeah, and you were on last every time, and you were just fucking smashing it. But you're like, we have different rhythms. Your rhythm is, and I loved it because you're very laugh now.
Oh yeah, I do a bit of that. Yeah,
and I love that. I get that, and I like what I do. I mean, everyone who enjoys comedy enjoys the way that they do it if they're going, getting laughs. But you're like fucking a laugh every 5 seconds.
That's from doing so many shit gigs over the years, Brendhan, as you would have, because you're a Kiwi.
I am.
So you started. So you've been doing it for 30 years.
Yes.
So what that would have been? I'm 35. So you would have started in 95, 96, kind of.
Yeah, 94. So I'm 54 now, but I started when I was 23. So it's my 31st year.
Wow.
So I started when New Zealand comedy basically started. There was a bit of comedy before me. And you've worked with a dude. When I first saw him, he made me go, I want to do that. And it's Alan Bro from Spicks and Specs.
The great man. Yeah, I love Alan Bro. And of course, when I met him, we bonded because my brother was in a New Zealand rock band in the 80s.
What was it?
Called the Hip Singles.
Okay.
With Dick Driver. Remember Dick Driver?
Yeah, I know Dick Driver.
Yeah, so my brother was the bass player in this band with Dick Driver. They used to have a band support them called the Dance Exponents.
Oh, wow.
Which, of course, went on to massive fame in New Zealand.
Yeah, they still play.
Jordan Luck.
Yeah, and I've done some gigs with Jordan
Luck.
Yes, I've got a story about it.
Oh, you think?
I love the story about it?
Yeah, I love the Dance Exponents.
So I love it, and I mean the whole of New Zealand. They now they're just the Exponents. They were the Dance Exponents for a period, but I was in Dunedin doing a gig, and the comedy was on, and we had about maybe 1,000 kids in a like a university gigs doing an orientation.
Oh, okay, right.
And they were all coming in for the Exponents, at the Dance Exponents at the time. But then this is just true, and I felt comfortable saying this because Jordan Luck would never remember this. But it was in the actual university, and then the Exponents went on stage without Jordan Luck because they couldn't find him.
What?
So one of the comics found him in a university lecture theatre, and went, "Hey, Jordan, you're on stage," and he went, "Oh no!" And this woman came around the corner and went, "Found you," because he was playing hide and go seek.
What?
He was playing hide and go seek in the lecture theatres in Dunedin.
What for?
And the band were like, "Well, that's Jordan Luck."
Jordan Luck?
And it was like, yeah, he and then he went on stage and was just like, "Tell me what ever happened to Tracy," just being awesome, doing and like in
Victoria.
New Zealand. Oh, what a song!
Yeah, great song. I'll say goodbye even though I'm blue.
That guy.
I'm blue.
There is an interview with the like a documentary in New Zealand about the Exponents, and they interview their bass guitarist, and the interviewer slightly tries to be negative and go, "What was it like when Jordan was too out of it?" And you had to go, and the bass guitarist went, "Hey, can I just stop you there? You're talking about a guy who's basically means I haven't had a day job in my life.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah, don't slag him
So
off.
how about you just shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and understand that I've been the bass guitarist for a guy who's had 10 number ones in New Zealand.
Oh.
And he still plays now to thousands.
Oh,
And-
he's like a cross between Cold Chisel and Australian Crawl here.
Yeah,
he's like a legend.
He had some real good pop tracks. The thing I love about Jordan is he's still got and with all the abuse, he's still got a great voice.
Oh, yeah. What?
Jesus, would you keep it on
I
fucking
know,
line?
I
You were in
know,
the car.
I nearly crashed.
still
But
wanna
anyway,
live, and
you
you-
want to live?
Man,
What
that'd
about
be-
Dave Dobbin? Have you done any gigs with Dave Dobbin?
I have. I actually
Oh.
introduced Dave Dobbin, funny
Wow.
enough, in Christchurch. And this is a weird story. He won't remember it, but Dave was a drinker,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
and then he found God, and and is a huge Christian.
I didn't know that.
A great dude, but one
Again,
night-
great songs.
oh, amazing! Like
SOLO solo.
Well, he's bigger than Jordan Luck. You know,
Repetition. Yeah, he's like Paul Kelly over there, isn't he? He's like a
Yes,
natural
he is.
hero.
And
yeah.
I've got a story about Paul Kelly.
Oh
by
my
the way.
God! Hang on.
Met him in
Jesus.
Saskatoon, got him stoned.
What?
Got fucking Paul Kelly stoned.
Where's Saskatoon in Canada?
in
or
this
that's-
province of Saskatchewan.
Oh, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Which is mentioned in that Chapel Roan song. I'm going to move to Saskatchewan. That's more current music there, Brendan. Anyway, so what happened with Dave Dobbin? You introduced him, yeah?
Well, I was in a bar once when he was still drinking, and I was really young, and he was Dave Dobbin, and I just found myself sitting next to him. We're in a private members bar of this famous place off Queen Street, which is the main road of Auckland. And he said, I've been writing some songs, and have you got any in mind? What one are you really working on? And he sang the song to me, and it was Loyal. Call me loyal, I'll be
Right.
loyal.
That's a bit of a
to-"
hit, isn't it? Big hit.
It's a huge hit in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I heard it before it ever went because
Oh,
he
wow.
just sang it to me in a bar. But then he found God, and good for him. He's a huge Christian, and
Well, it might help him, you know. It might be good for him.
might be good for you, Dave. I tell you what, having seen your show tonight and asked you,
I should find
the
God.
last no, actually, to be fair, having watched your last few shows, you better fucking hope God doesn't exist because you are in
Find Satan.
right. Well, you better hope he doesn't exist either.
And Paul Kelly, how'd you meet him?
Well, I was doing some shows on a fringe circuit through Canada. There's this great circuit they do, which is a fringe festival. There's not a lot of comedy, but you can go there and do comedy, and you could be on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you could be on at 7 at night, you could be on at 3 in the afternoon, you could be on at 12 o'clock. And we were and my friend and I, Radar, who's a celebrity in New Zealand, a very well-known comic, and
From
sort
MASH.
of
Different radar.
they're very different. Radar.
Younger radar.
We bumped into him at a bar,
God.
and he was fabulous, and I love his music. And myself and the New Zealand comic were huge fans, and he was the most beautiful man, and we got him
would
stoned.
be. Yeah,
We got
yeah.
him stoned. It was nice.
I have met him years ago, but I love his music. So when you started in New Zealand, what town were you in?
Well, I was in Auckland, and I was
Yeah.
a 23-year-old. So when I did the second ever open mic night in New Zealand ever, the second open mic night ever, there was comedy before us,
Yeah.
and that was Alan Bro.
Alan Bro.
Alan
yeah.
Bro and some New Zealand guys that you wouldn't have heard of because they haven't been here, but the Corbett brothers and some guys who went on to television and radio. They were doing some gigs, so my friends and I went down to a gig, and I saw and it was a place called the Horse and Trap in Mount Eden of Auckland, and I just saw this guy with a beer in his hand,
Yeah.
emceeing this fucking thing, and I'm looking at it going, so hold on, is there a form of entertainment where you can stand there
drink.
and not only drink, just say shit, whatever you want to say, you can just say it. And this was before I knew anything about stand-up. And Alan Bro was the MC, and I just looked at Alan Bro and went, I want to do what that guy's doing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I put my name down that night, and I was on a month later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
But
so
there
and-
wouldn't have been that many gigs, though, would there? Like,
no, there weren't. There was
Yeah.
basically one a week, but like in Australia now, if you do your first gig, then people go, okay, and then you're on the open mic circuit for like however long you're on the open mic
forever,
circuit.
yeah.
But in New Zealand, I did my first gig. I think it went okay, maybe got 2 laughs, and they were like, Jesus, can you do 10 minutes tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And we'll pay you $20. So
Yeah,
I went to the
great.
pro circuit straight away.
Yeah, second
because in
gig.
New Zealand, there was no one No one. That's what it was like. And there was Australian comedy had been going for probably about 10 years with Ostentatious.
Yeah, those guys.
And you had
yeah.
I'm tough. How tough are you? What's that guy's name?
Smilovich. George Smilovich.
And Steady. And so
Steady Eddie, yeah.
So those guys came over when New Zealand first started because they went, well, this is a new market for us.
Yeah.
And then we got a few New Zealand comics who've been doing it in Australia. He came over and did very well.
Mike Peters?
Was
it Mike Peters? What was his name? I think he...
Māori guy?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Mike King.
Mike King, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking of Mike King.
Who was a Maori guy. He came to Melbourne, did the comedy festival and stuff.
Yep.
But he became a salesman? No, some sort of... What happened to him? He became a priest or something? There's some story? No.
So Mike King there was a guy called Billy T. James in New Zealand who did comedy way before stand-up people started. He had TV shows. And he was probably the biggest, most famous comic in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then comedy started, and then Mike King came after Billy T. James had died.
That's right.
And Mike King was like this very charismatic.
Yeah, he was charismatic. Good looking sort of guy.
Good looking dude.
Yeah.
And he was in his 30s, he was like, I'm going to do this for cash. And I'm in my 30s, and I'm going to take this really seriously. Where I went, I'm just going to try and be really funny.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s. And then Mike did really well. Went to America, had some bad experiences, and learnt the comedy thing the hard way.
Yeah.
But he was also in front of a New Zealand audience, terrifically funny at that time.
Yeah.
Then he had a motorcycle accident about 10 years later, and it gave him a stroke.
Oh, okay.
And he said, if I get through this, I'm going to do something really important. So when he came out of it, he gave up all his vices.
Yeah.
And I won't go into that because he's not here. No. It's not fair. But he gave up all of them, and then got into youth suicide.
That's right.
And then about 5 years ago was New Zealander of the Year.
Someone told me this. I knew it was sort of like a priest or something, like a good do-gooder thing.
Well, he is, and he's like, and he did a radio show which is for people who suffer from mental health, and I do. So I did that show, and he got me on, and that guy saved a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, good on him.
I would say he has a lot of demons. He has a lot of personal regret about the things he said on stage when he was a comic.
Oh, yeah, I saw him. He was good, but I don't remember him being terribly offensive or anything like that. It's just sort of standard kind of mainstream sort of stuff by memory.
Yeah, for New Zealand, he was so big.
Oh, he did the comedy festival.
Do you know the guy who did the puppet? That what was his name? The American guy,
David Strassman.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I supported him. Yeah.
Fuck.
Strassman.
I don't think I can be cancelled or sued. Can I? If I'm in a car.
No.
So that
Chucky and Teddy Bear.
Yeah. So that person came to New Zealand and was in the New Zealand comedy bar called the Classic.
Oh, I know the Classic in Auckland.
And Strassman's there, right?
Strassman.
And Strassman's like, fucking ruling fort, and everyone's going, well, that's an American guy, and he's got the puppets. And then he shouts out to some guy at the bar, some New Zealand guy looking after him, no, I said I wanted a fucking Steinlager. And Mike King just walks up and goes, fuck you. Who the fuck you think you are?
Oh, God.
Shouting at my brothers here in New Zealand, you think you come over with your big show and your puppets? Fuck you. So, who was on the Dave Strassman show for the next 2 months? Mike King.
Really?
Mike King. Mike was a genius, man. He just went, fuck you. Got a bigger, more powerful personality than you.
Yeah.
And Dave Strassman went, okay, hey.
I respect game. I respect it. I respect.
Yeah, beat the shit out of me. And so, and Mike was always very savvy and very smart the way that he got business. But he.
So how long did you stay in New Zealand doing comedy for? Like.
Well, I started at 23 at 30, and I'm 54 now. I went to England and did the English comedy circuit when from 2000 to 2007, when the circuit was like, no holds barred, you can say what you want.
Oh, that would have been good, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. It's fucking amazing. So I did some gigs at the store. They didn't book me as much as I wanted, but I was doing Up the Creek. I was doing...
oh, God, what was that like? Was that Malcolm Hardy?
No, that was Granite. Yes, Malcolm Hardy. Yes,
Yeah.
and not okay. I know he's dead. I'm not going to be disrespectful.
No, I remember Malcolm Hardy.
Okay, so I stayed.
So Up the Creek was notoriously hard, and they'd heckle you and.
Yeah, well, no, it was a better club than that. Only the Monday night they would do that.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry, yeah, I remember he used to tour a bit too, Malcolm Hardy. He was a nice guy.
Well, I lived with his wife.
Wow. Right.
I wasn't in a relationship with her.
No.
I was living downstairs in not only like below the kitchen, right? And she said, I got on really well with her, and she was great. Loved her to bits. So she was running the club. Malcolm was the resident MC, and he had it, and he obviously had the boat where he died underneath it.
Yeah, terrible.
But there was one night I was at Up the Creek, and it's one of the greatest clubs you could ever play. Like, it's just blindingly. It's a kill box.
Yeah.
And if they like you, they love you. It can go, if you get heckled and shit, it can go pear-shaped. You can bring it back. The crowd will be on your side. But there was one night I went up and my marijuana was gone.
What?
Out of my pockets. And I know who took it. And I don't want to mention names, but he's dead now and he owned the boat.
Malcolm Hardy.
Of course. And he was like, no, don't say it. And he had some ladies with him. He's like, no, I didn't see nothing. No, Malcolm Hardy. All right. I haven't seen nothing. No one's been up there. You lost your own pot. But I just looked at him and, oh man, you're a legend, and I get it.
Wow.
You've now got my pot, and I didn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck.
No. And then, what? You came back to New Zealand after that, or you?
Yes, I did. And then I had some TV shows. One was that Mike King had been doing for 8 years. Called Pulp Comedy that another guy had done the year before me. Then they got me back.
Yeah, right.
And I was the host of that, and that was the last ever year they did it, the 10th year, and I emceed that. And then I did a show in 2012 called A Night of the Classic, which is a mockumentary.
Oh, wow.
About me being the host of
the classic.
The classic.
Yeah.
And it rated really well, and it did really well, and it was it's on in New Zealand. It's for a lot of people. It's still a very well remembered show.
And someone said you've run a gig in Bali, or used to run a gig in Bali.
I did. I went there about 2 years ago, and I loved Bali, and I wanted to start a club, and I did. And
it'd be hard though, wouldn't it?
It was fucking impossible.
Starting a gig in a developing nation.
Well, in somewhere where you don't know business and you don't know their business.
Yeah, and I bet you, I remember when I was in Vietnam, I was talking to an Australian guy in a bar, and he goes, mate, when we set this up, every day a different guy in a uniform would turn up and ask for money. Like a different uniform every day.
100%.
Yeah.
But I had the comics doing that. Like, come on, man. But Bali was great because I had a really good time there. I really loved the experience. The club's still going, so I gave them a club, and that's my gift to them.
Still going?
Yeah, it's still going. I made the mistake of and it's a good thing this is an Australian podcast because I know what I'm talking about. But I did it in Canggu, which I should have done it in Seminyak.
Right.
Because that's where a lot of the older Australians, the older people who've got a bit of cash.
Yeah, they live in Senya. Okay.
But Canggu's like younger, and you're playing to 30 different nationalities a night.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking half of them don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, so you got a bit of that. But I did it, and I had a lot of accidents on my scooter, and I drove drunk and fucking drove into walls and shit. And then you've got to get out of here, you're just going to die. And then I got engaged and getting married in Melbourne in 3 months.
To an Australian girl?
No, to a Kiwi girl.
Oh, Kiwi? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, she's good sort. And she did the Bali thing for a while too, but I'd still be there, and maybe she would have come back if the club had gone well. But it's an amazing thing doing a club. It was the first ever full-time comedy club in Bali.
Yeah, but I mean, you couldn't have a very big one.
It was 130 seater.
That's a lot.
It's really big. But the first night, I thought I was going to be a millionaire within 2 years. Because there was like 150 people standing only, and it was big. And I mean, this
is it.
One of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah.
And then fucking the second night, Jesus, here we go. 25 people there, and so some nights you're getting 5, you're getting 25 max.
Yeah.
And I hear it's still like that. So it was one of those things that if I stayed in, I would have had to have.
It's hard work.
It's hard work. If I
Is
went
it a full-time comedy club or just a bar normally?
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
A bar downstairs, and it's a great bar. It's a great venue. And they were closed for a year before I even put on the comedy.
Yeah, wow.
They decided to open it again.
Oh, well, you've had a bloody life and a half.
It's been fun.
And so what, you've had like mental health challenges, you said? Like,
Here we go. Yes, I have.
so is it the classic, I don't know what comics, depression? Depression?
Well, so I went to a school in New Zealand that the government paid the Royal Commission to investigate historical child abuse.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
And
yeah.
the school that I went on was their first school, and the Royal Commission ran out of money on that school.
Oh, wow. So it was so, yeah.
It was so
much.
bad. And there
Yeah.
were 250 boys. I was one of them. I wasn't as bad as the other boys to any extent. But so when I left school, I got a bit behind in school. I passed everything that I needed to, but I'd have done better if I hadn't been witness to people getting assaulted. And
Yeah. Was it Catholic or?
No, it's Anglican. Can you believe it?
I know,
Then I left and went to a Catholic school.
Oh,
What's the
God.
logic in that?
From
And at the
the
Catholic school, I was fine.
from the kettle into the fire, will they say?
But there were 250 boys who came up with complaints over the last 40 years.
God.
And so 10 of those, 3 of them are dead, but 7 of them are still in jail.
Wow.
And that happened 40 years after the fact.
Yeah, right.
So I, like a lot of boys who came from that school, got immediately into booze and, you know, your gateway drugs. I don't even think gateway drugs is good fun drugs, you know, pot and then
Yeah, fun drugs.
fun drugs. And then when I went to London, just
It can lead to heavy drugs, though. That's the thing.
well, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
And you're still drinking now. You drink on stage. You always hold a wine glass on stage.
Yeah,
It's kind of your thing, isn't it?
Do you think so? I mean,
Well-
are there people who don't?
Me. I saw you holding a bottle of water in one photo. I thought, what the hell?
No, fucking hell. That's a photo I want to get hold of.
That's Photoshop.
No one will believe it. But no, I like wine on stage because I drink wine and I don't take the microphone out of the stand.
So it sort of relaxes you, or does it? Or
well,
it's just a thing you do?
I like drinking and I like having a wine. It relaxes me and I enjoy performing. It's in my right hand. I don't have the microphone in my right hand because I stay at the mic stand, and I prefer performing from there. So and I'm also happy to put my white wine down on a like a little seat or a table if there's one next to the microphone stand.
Oh, it seems to be a thing you do, and it works for you. It was very funny when you were talking about they poured you a glass, but it was quite full, wasn't it? As you said, it's like 1990 style.
Oh yeah.
Have you done that before?
I have.
Yeah,
I
it's
have.
very funny to remember that.
Thank you. I liked it because well, it's true, isn't it? When in the 90s you get poured they pour the whole, you get a glass and the fucking glass is full of wine. But then in 2000 it was half, and now it's literally a third of the glass, and it's like at some stage this has to stop.
Yeah. And so, how have you found? You live in Melbourne now. How have you found the comedy scene here and the people here?
I'm having such a wonderful time with the standard of comics that I work with and the clubs that I've been really fortunate to be invited to play.
Yeah.
Love gigging with comics at the well established and with the experience and the quality of yourself.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of England when I was performing there.
Yeah, right. Well, most people are friendly too, aren't they?
They're very friendly.
Yeah.
And you're doing these great rooms, and I think when you're playing those great rooms, you're not playing with too many people who have too many complaints about how they're going, because they're
all pretty professional.
Well, they're doing really well.
It's when you go to the open mic circuit, that's when you hear the complaints. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And I still do some of those if I've got a week off, I'll go and do those. And it's these and the Burgie and great rooms like on the Monday night they have the Burgie, but even those open micers are serious about their trade and they want to be good.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to play this club or that club, and it's amazing. And you've got 6 million people living in Victoria.
Yeah, that's not. Melbourne alone, 6 million.
Melbourne alone, right? So we have 5 million in New Zealand, And,
yeah, incredible.
And I go to Christchurch every now and again, and Wellington every now and again. But I thought when I came to Melbourne, it was going to be this very progressive, very like a Wellington kind of scene. And Wellington, it's very politically correct.
Okay, very woke, for want of another better word. Very PC kind of. Or?
Yes.
Yeah, not so much in Melbourne.
No, not at all.
I mean, if you go to some rooms, you might find that, but
yes,
the ones that you're doing, no.
Well, and that's what I found when I arrived, and I was saying,
Yeah.
fuck, these comics are doing whatever they want.
Yeah. I
And-
mean, hey, you go to Perth. You haven't been Perth yet, or
Yes,
Queensland?
I have, yeah.
Well, that's even more free in Perth. Oh my god.
Well, I've done the lounge there.
Yeah. Right, I've never done that, but Perth's pretty.
It's okay, I'll get you in there, mate.
Yeah, get me in there.
Get you in, put a word.
It's pretty loose. Perth's pretty loose, by what? And Queensland, yeah.
Well, I'm doing the good chat, and I've done gigs
that's
for Fideli.
great.
Done a lot of Fideli gigs.
Fideli, mate, how you going? Yeah.
Well, I love Fideli, and I hope his club's going great. But he didn't return one of my calls, so I went with the good chat.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
And they've given me a weekend, and they've been cool about it. Did the Sydney Comedy Store headline there last week. That was
great.
really fun. But there are so many more comics in Australia.
Yeah, there's
So
heaps.
you've got so many more comics who are really good.
But hang on, we've got so many New Zealanders here now. All the ones younger than you.
Yes,
Younger than me, Ray, Melanie.
Yeah. And they're shit hot.
Oh, Guy Montgomery. There's fucking so many
So
of
good.
them.
And that Guy Montgomery is a fantastic comic.
Someone went to New Zealand and said there aren't many good comics there. It's like, yeah, they're all over here.
Well, I would say that's true. I think we had a platform that made those comics good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have that anymore because a lot of rooms have closed. New Zealand's on a financial sort of downturn.
Yeah, right.
And you needed the right people to run the right sort of environments and rooms. Like I had 8 rooms that I was running before I went to Bali, and now I think there's one that still remains.
Yeah, right.
So that's really disappointing to me. You know.
It is, but maybe it just goes through cycles. You see that in Melbourne a bit.
Yeah, right.
But now there's like 10 years ago that there weren't. I don't reckon there was many rooms. Now just in the city, you've got the Basement, you've got Republic, you've got the other one, Comics Lounge in North Melbourne, and
That's
you've got
right.
what's the other one?
King's Comedy.
King's Comedy. There's another one too. On the Friday and Saturday. Oh, hang on, I've done it in that pub. You would have done it. Anyway, I can't remember.
But it isn't an amazing thing to be able to not remember a gig that you're playing in fucking Melbourne. I mean, I know the two that are happening in Auckland.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that, but in Melbourne you go, fuck, what's that other room or the other 7? But that's a great position to be in.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I've always had, especially since I did England, was, and I'm finding it again in Melbourne and Sydney, or in Australia in general, everyone on the bill's very strong. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everyone on the bill's really strong, and you're like, okay, this is good. This
Coopers,
is really great.
that's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Coopers,
Okay,
run by
Coopers,
Huey,
right.
yeah. That's another good. Have you done Coopers?
I haven't done Kiwi.
Oh, Coopers is good.
Can you put my? Can you?
Yeah. That's good. That's just on the same road as the Basement Comedy Club.
Is it?
It's,
Okay, I'd
it's
like
Exhibition
to do it.
Street. Oh, yeah.
I
it's
just,
very good.
and there's still some rooms I haven't heard of, and they probably haven't heard of me, and that's fine. But good to know because I can hopefully get a chance here and go and do my thing.
Absolutely.
But it's a great city to do comedy. And the one thing I found about Melbourne that you couldn't do in Sydney is it has great venues, but they're so fucking far apart.
Yeah.
They're so far apart. So if you're doing one gig, you have to get a taxi and go, Jesus, I'm on in fucking half an hour, hit the floor. Whereas if you're in Melbourne, you can triple up.
You can do 2 or 3 a night.
Yes, you can, and you're 5 minutes away from any of the venues we're talking about.
Yeah, that's good in that sense.
It's totally cool. Who runs Coopers?
Huey.
Well, it's like that here, isn't it? I mean, I've got a few friends that I haven't seen from 20 years ago. Ian Coppinger, the Irish comic.
Oh,
doing the lounge,
I
and
remember him.
he's terrific.
Yeah, he's good. Ian
but,
Coppinger.
Jeff Green.
Oh, the great man.
You know, I love Jeff Green.
Another piece of the puzzle, Brendan.
Yeah, right.
I'm not performing in a doorway, Dave. I've done the West End, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, he's been on this podcast. Yeah,
I love him to bits.
That's one of the few imitations I can do is Jeff Green.
He was very good.
Brendan, I'm not performing. We did this gig in Albury.
Brendan, do you mind if I call you lovers? I want to call you lovers because it's Lovegrove. I love the last name Lovegrove. But if we were both
We did this gig in Albury and we had to perform kind of to 2 rooms. And he goes, Dave, I'm not performing in the doorway. Fair enough. Anyway, no, he would have been doing comedy. Oh, he's been doing it longer than me, Jeff Green. He does a lot of cruise ships now.
Yes, he does.
He's
Terrific guy.
He does like the Mediterranean cruise ships.
Yeah, he does.
Incredible.
I mean, I remember when I first arrived in England in 2000, I saw him at the Comedy Store, and literally every single line he was doing was pretty much a punchline.
Oh yeah,
So
he was jokes per minute.
He was coming
bang,
out
bang.
from a punchline into another one. and I love the way he does comedy, and he can be clean, he can be unclean, and just
He's a good guy.
beautiful, and a great man.
Jeff Green. All right, well, I'll ask you the question. I asked everyone these same questions about the gig, Brendan.
That's okay.
On this podcast, The Debrief.
Yes.
Talking to Brendan Lovegrove, if you get the chance to see him, you were so funny tonight, Brendan.
Thank you.
What went well tonight, Brendan, at this gig?
Well, I
It was an older crowd.
it was an older crowd.
Oh.
I like older crowds.
So do
A
I.
lot of younger comics who
Well, I'm
even when I
old.
was younger. Well, you weren't tonight.
I'm 60, but anyway, they were a good
There's
crowd.
They were great. And I also like older crowds because there's no bullshit. They just want fucking
Yeah,
say what you
jokes.
say. If it's
Yeah.
funny, it's funny. They're not gonna get muddled in between what you can and you can't say. They're just gonna be, well, if it's not funny, it's not funny. If it is, it is.
Yeah.
I was emceeing, which I quite enjoy. I don't mind it because you're on all night and
Well, you can go back and think about what you're going to do.
You can think about what
yeah,
you're
when
gonna
you're
do.
headlining or doing a spot, you're like, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. And
yeah, I'm far more relaxed for some reason being an MC than not. But great room, older people, and you're Dave O'Neill, and you come out and you slammed it. I got to say,
Oh,
I've not seen you do anything but slam
oh
a gig.
no, you haven't been to all my gigs.
I love the way. Well, I tell you what, the three I have, I like the way you go about
Oh,
it.
good on you. What didn't go well? Anything?
No, I mean, I maybe the top 2 or 3 minutes when you're trying to.
Yes.
It was still light outside.
Yeah, it was very light.
I was really fucked off with the light.
I know, but it was
outside.
so light.
It was.
Started at 7:45, wasn't it? But it was still light.
No, it was a great gig. And then they drank their way into it.
Yes.
They ate their way into it, and they laughed their way into it.
Were there any organisational hazards getting in the way? In terms
Nah.
of this? No, it's pretty good. The room was great.
Yeah, it's
Do
fantastic.
you have any food there?
I didn't because I don't eat when I'm doing a gig.
Oh, okay.
Or beforehand. But if I was maybe.
What are you going to eat now?
Nah, because I'm trying to lose some weight. 'cause
Yeah,
I want to live.
10:30 at night.
I want to live. And you're in good nick for an older dude.
No, I'm fat.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
You know, I have a twin brother who's. That's all true that I talk about my twin brother. We're from the same egg. He's skinnier than me. Oh God, about 20 kilos.
Well, same with my brother.
Oh really?
He's 59 and he's fucking 79, 80 kg.
Oh, yeah, that's my brother's weight. Yeah.
Well, they're
It's
amazing,
annoying.
Amazing that they can do it. But so can we.
If we put our mind to it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I can't really talk about this on, because I don't want anyone to hear it, but I worry about some really close friends of mine who are comics, and I go, if you want to live,
Oh yeah. I know.
you got to pull a little bit of that off.
You do. Well, there are weight loss drugs now, so that's what you can get on them. How can we do better next time?
In what?
In the gig in general, the whole gig.
You mean tonight or
Yeah.
in comedy?
No.
I don't think you can. I think
You know what?
when you're out in Mount Eliza,
Mount Eliza, yeah.
and you know you're from a wealthy sort of a place, and I know that area reasonably well. You know, you're close to Frankston, and they have a gig going on there, and they don't even. It's not even monthly. It's just when it happens, and it's sold out. And Dave O'Neill's on, you know, headlining,
Ugh.
and I mean
What
that.
a
You know,
night.
well, that's how they're selling their tickets. But if they have, I like to think that the way I emceed the younger the comics who were less experienced tonight gave them the best opportunity to do well.
No, you built up the crowd well, and they did well. The comics,
They did really
Dave
well.
and
Both locals who can say that from Mount Eliza.
yeah, they're from around there. Dave
If they don't get on, and Emily.
Emily, who's deaf. But
That's
mainly,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an amazing thing to do stand up when you're
And
deaf.
she was funny.
Yeah, she was doing well when I got there.
I
didn't
liked
see a whole
a
set.
bit of the Dave situation as well. I thought he was funny.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can do any better than that. You know, they wanted a
No.
comedy night, and fuck me, they got it. It was sold out.
No, it's
Very
good.
funny night. People went well. There were no duds, no complaints.
Didn't go that late. I can't complain.
Yeah,
Look, thanks for coming on the podcast,
you're
Brendan.
very welcome.
Brendan Lovegrove, ladies and gentlemen. If you get the opportunity to see him, go and see him. He's very fun. This is a very funny routine about records, which I love because I love music, about the record skipping. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Very funny stuff.
I really like that routine. I do it. There's a routine that not a lot of Australians talk about, but I do a bit about cricket, which I did.
Did you do that tonight?
Yeah,
or?
I did that tonight, and I love doing that gig in Australia because in New Zealand it doesn't work that well. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we're not that good at cricket. We're
Oh,
not as good as
yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
but I do
yeah,
it in
yeah.
Australia, and my
They
God,
love it.
they
Yeah.
love it because you
Yeah.
got the edge. But all your cricketers, like you're so good at cricket, and I had a couple of games over in my youth, and they're very good at cricket, but they're fucking bogans. Mate, fucking, what are you going to do, mate? The ball's ready to smash. What are you in your fucking game, mate? Fucking you shit.
You do good accents.
Does your fucking husband play?
Did you?
Fucking shit.
Have you done cricket clubs?
Yeah, I do a lot of them.
Yeah, they're a bit. They're not. They're. I do a lot of footy clubs. Oh, you like them?
I love it.
Find them a bit unusual, cricket clubs.
Oh, no, I love it because I know heaps about cricket.
Oh, well, that'd be good if you know a lot about cricket.
Yeah.
Okay, you know my friend Dennis Glover, his name is. He's a politician, speechwriter, right?
Yes.
He got a scholarship to Mentone Grammar, which is not far from here.
Okay.
He got a cricket scholarship, right? Because he was a very good cricketer. He was from a very working class family in Dandenong.
Right.
Got a cricket scholarship to Mentone Grammar. There was one other boy that got a cricket scholarship, same age as him, same year.
Yeah.
Shane Warne.
No way.
So he said he played one game against Shane Warne and went, yeah, I'm going to go to the library.
That dude, man. That dude.
And so he went to he became a Rhodes Scholar, Dennis Glover.
Wow.
And writes books and stuff. But yeah, he had one go against Shane Warne and went, yeah, nah.
Shane Warne became a monster of everything. Like,
He
it
lived
wasn't
around
just
here,
cricket.
actually. And we were in Bayside. He lived around here, Borny.
Do I? Oh, did he?
Yeah, he lived down here.
He wasn't just the best cricketer ever. He was up there with Bradman, but he was up there with the greatest dudes of all time. He became such a great ambassador of Australia.
Oh,
not just cricket, Australia.
He was good friends with Glenn Robbins, who's
Right.
a great. He was a stand-up. He's more a comic actor these days, a comedian you call him. Anyway, he lives around the corner from Warnie, and Warnie would hang out with him, and they had this. Eddie Perfect wrote Shane Warne the musical.
Okay.
Right? Which kind of took the piss out of Warnie, kind of thing.
Okay.
And so Glenn's like, I've been invited to this Warnie the musical, Shane. I'm not going to go as respect for you. And Shane's like, yeah, nah, they've asked me to go, but I don't think. Oh, look, they're sort of taking the piss, aren't they? And Glenn's like, yeah, I think they might be. Anyway, okay. Glenn Warnie rings him and he goes, mate, are you coming? This was Saturday night, the opening night. He goes, what? He goes, I'm here at Warnie the musical. Then Glenn cuts to the TV. Warnie's on stage taking a bow. Dad fucking loving it.
Oh,
Glenn's
that's
like,
amazing.
Thought you didn't want to go. He goes, nah, mate, it was great.
Can you imagine running a song about how good his flipper was?
Yeah, I know. And then Warnie turning up and then enjoying the attention.
Well, I bet. Well, he was very good at attention, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Warnie. Yeah,
He was. I think in the modern day cricketers, he's right up there with Bradman.
You'd know better than me. I know Bradman. Bradman was a bit of a prick, though. They always say.
I don't know, but you know what I can't understand about him?
What?
How the fuck do you average 99 in Test cricket?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
I watched Steve Smith when he was averaging 64, and all I knew about Steve Smith is he was hitting hundreds every time he batted. He fucking just hit so many hundreds. But then Bradman was 34 more than that, and it's like Bradman must have been getting 100 every second time he went into bat.
He was a freak.
Phenomenal.
And a stockbroker, wasn't he? He was a stockbroker by the tail or something like that.
I don't like them. They got fucking day jobs. He did do one good joke, though.
Who?
Don Bradman.
What did he do?
So someone interviewed him, and they went, you averaged 99 in Test cricket? And he went, yes, I did. Yeah, I did, yeah.
He had a funny jockey kind of voice, didn't he, Bradman? Bit posh.
Adelaide.
He was from Adelaide.
I'm a fucking New Zealander.
Okay, he had a bit of an Adelaide voice, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go on.
And they went, what do you reckon you'd average in today's cricket? And he went, I reckon I'd average about maybe high 70s. And they went, why? Because do you think the bowling's better? He went, no, I'm 80 years old. That's a good gag.
That's pretty
good. That's a really good gag.
Go,
No,
Bradman.
I'm 80 years old.
No, that's good.
So a bit of an obnoxious man. I mean, I don't know if you can handle day's cricket, but when you average 99, you can't argue with that.
No. Brendan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Brendan Lovegrove for all you. And where can they find you on social media? What's your
I've just
Instagram?
my name. But my name has an H in it, so it's Brendhan. Last name Lovegrove, and that's just L-O-V-E-G. Yeah.
Check him out. Brendan
Please
Lovegrove.
do. Been a pleasure to be on your podcast
Thanks.
and to gig with you.